I hadn't come to work at Mathnasium, then I would have gotten 5 more questions wrong. It can either get you into the school or you'll lose your spot.
I would absolutely recommend this program to other people, and I have.
I think one of the most important things that he got out of the program was his confidence level.
My brother actually, he wants to get into maths. He's like 9 now, but we're sending him when he's 11 just to start preparing because he really wants to get in, and I told him, Jude, if you really want to get in, you have to come here. They'll really help you.
Actually, I was talking to one of the people that was competing with me to get the spot at biotech. She unfortunately didn't get in, but we were having a conversation about the test, and I know she's really smart, but she was talking about how she was having some troubles with some of the math problems, and I remembered learning them at Mathnasium. So I was thinking about maybe that was what could have put me over the edge on her, because we've been in school since kindergarten together.
I got into high tech and it felt really good. I was really excited when I got in. I was one of the 3 people in my school that made it.
Getting into math, it's been a goal of mine ever since 5th grade. I went there with my G&T class, and I was like, oh my God, this is where I want to be, because I always told my mom I wanted to live by the beach. I never wanted to move away. My hometown's at the beach. It just kind of lets me fit in, and I love the water, so.
I got into biotech high school. I'm really excited. It's the perfect school. It has all the sciences and stuff that I really love and I would love to do when I grow up.
I didn't think I got in at first because I was expecting like a big packet, but it was like a little letter. I cried the first time, actually, and I started jumping up and down, and my mom started jumping up and down, and my brothers just all started jumping up and down.
Which school did you get to?
Communications.
Wow.
I know of 6 people that applied. The people that came to you got in, but the others didn't.
I was one of the 3 people in my school that made it. But I know there were a lot of people when I went there, a lot more than I expected, and like the waiting to get into the school was long enough. So,
actually, I was talking to one of the people that was competing with me to get the spot at biotech. She unfortunately didn't get in, but we were having a conversation about the test, and I know she's really smart, but she was talking about how she was having some troubles with some of the math problems, and I remembered learning them at Mathnasium. So I was thinking about maybe that was what could have put me over the edge on her, because we've been in school since kindergarten together.
I knew I needed to learn more because Keensburg taught me so much, but to a point. They didn't teach me what I really needed to know. Like I got taught here compounds, and I got taught strategies that I never would have learned there. More of the fundamentals of like doing it, more of the strategies, maybe instead of actually sitting there writing like 1 + 1 is 2. Strategies is more of what you need on the test, not skill. You have to think about it more than just writing down the answer. It's more thinking.
What I wanted was to be able to brush up on all the things that I've forgotten over the years, because that's really important. And we also talked about all the test-taking skills, which were really helpful, and I was monitoring my time the whole test, and it was so useful. It was great. It would show me how to do the whole subject so that I know exactly how to do all those type of questions on the test, getting a few more right, which is every question is important to getting a better score. Also, when I was taking midterms, I was using the test-taking skills to manage my time and figure out some of the questions better. The skills are definitely, you're able to apply them in other scenarios well.
You also taught me testing skills, like to work on a question, but if it doesn't work, there's no point in just staying on it. You have to go back. And that really helped me a lot, actually.
I feel very strongly that it was a positive influence in Kyler in his education. In fact, I think he'll probably take some of his knowledge with him as he goes through his career in high school.
Her language arts teacher was telling me that she took a test. It was a 6-week test, and it was a standardized test, and she was correcting and she was getting really down, and because the other children didn't do well, and then she came to Ariana's test, and Ariana ended up getting the only 100% out of all the 8th grade students. So that was exciting, very exciting. I would absolutely recommend this program to other people, and I have.
I think one of the most important things that he got out of the program was his confidence level, and was regularly challenged to try harder and to really push himself. He would have to be prepped for the class. In doing that, as parents, we were enforcing the whole homework regimen, where the day before he would start prepping for what he needed, and as it got closer and closer to test time, we were enforcing that more and more, and to the point where we were actually doing some of the exercises as well with him out of the book. And he really felt like he was achieving something. He was getting something that was going to work for him when he got to test time.
Loved coming here. I made so many new friends. It was kind of weird because it was almost like school, but it wasn't at the same time. And it was tutoring where I got the work done, because I probably would have never done the work. I would have, but not what I needed. And they helped me, but I also made friendships. It was worth it. It helped me so much.
I know that if I hadn't come to work at Mathnasium, then I would have gotten 5 more questions wrong, which is huge, because definitely every point it can either get you into the school or you'll lose your spot.
I would recommend this to others because it really helps. It really helped me actually even study for the test at home, and the books they gave us for the prep for the getting into the school was really helpful.
My brother, actually, he wants to get into math. He's like 9 now, but we're sending him when he's 11, I think, just to start preparing, because he really wants to get in. And I told him, Jude, if you really want to get in, you have to come here. They'll really help you.
If I hadn't come, I'm not sure how good of a score I would have gotten. It's exactly what I needed, and if I had to do it again, I would definitely come back.
The goal of our program is to practice topics that may have been forgotten or never learned. When taking the test, a student must bring to the table a lot of information that they've learned over the course of their school experience. The problem is that many students don't remember everything. None of us remember everything. So our goal is to, number one, diagnose what a student understands, what a student has remembered, what of the skills that are required a student remembers, fill in any gaps in those skills, and then teach them the strategies that they need to be successful on one of these tests. They may have taken the New Jersey Ask, the Terra Novas, or some similar test, but they might not have had the same experience under a pressurized, and this test becomes a pressure situation because students realize that there's a one and done. There's only one chance to perform well on one of these tests. So the key is preparing them with both skills and strategies so that they're best positioned for the test. The way we do that, again, is by understanding what they know and what they don't know, practicing the skills that they've forgotten, and reinforcing both those skills and their strategies. We've had good success.